Tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies, our cameraman Caleb Wood is turning 21 years old today. And Sarah's got a little snippet for you.
Chance of rain tomorrow and cold temperatures. Stay tuned to find out how it'll affect your travel conditions home.
Plus, Matt is in the studio with her national forecast. All that and more on this Thursday, November 16th edition of Size Eyes on the Skies, starting right now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Size Eyes. I am now joined by Sara. So Thanksgiving's coming up, right?
Thanksgiving is coming up. We're going home tomorrow for break. Pretty excited. How about you?
I'm pretty excited to go home. It's been a long time before we've had a break. Yeah. I am ready to just sit and stare at a wall for the next 7 days.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
I don't say pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Mine's definitely mashed potatoes. I'm not a huge fan.
You like the starch, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Found out today it is a vegetable. It is a starchy vegetable, but potatoes are a vegetable. We looked it up.
What else would they be?
A starch, a grain?
All right. Anyways, it's looking like it's going to cool down over the weekend.
It is.
Tomorrow, there is a chance of rain coming up. But currently, right now in Ames, Iowa, it is 33 degrees, which is pretty uniform across the eastern part of the state. We're looking at 32, 34, 33 degrees. But out west here, we're seeing slightly warmer at 42 degrees in Sioux Falls. But that'll stay pretty consistent throughout the week. Tonight we're looking again some cloudy weather, much like we saw today. Tomorrow there is a chance of rain, which I'll have more about that later on. And again, Saturday we're looking at the chance of flurries and possible snow, but I'll have more for you coming up.
And now, it is time for tonight's weather story. On this date in 1929, a winter storm struck Iowa on November 16th through the 17th, producing significant amounts of sleet and freezing rain across portions of central, eastern, and northeastern Iowa. Many utility poles and wires were snapped and thousands of trees were destroyed over the course of the storm. More than 2 inches of rain or freezing rain fell, roughly sloping the southeast of Dubuque, Oskaloosa, and Mount somewhere. And now we turn to Matt. What's going on around the nation? Matt?
Well, Garrett, we do have a system moving across the nation, and we have some chilly temperatures as well to talk about across the middle portion of the country. I'll have more coming up after the break.
Turn to Matt with what's going on around the country. Matt?
Thanks again, Garrett. Currently around the country, we're looking at 45 degrees here in Kansas City, 32 up in Minneapolis, 63 over in Denver, actually a warm spot for change, and we're 48 up in Boise right now. Up in the Northeast, it's 35 up in Caribou, 38 in Augusta, 50 down in New York, so pretty chilly and uniform temperatures up in the Northeast for this time of year. Down in the Southeast, 68 in New Orleans, 67 in Jackson. Down here in Miami, 76 degrees. So they're enjoying some beautiful weather down there currently. Now in the Southwest, 49 degrees in Reno, 69 in Los Angeles, 76 in Las Vegas, and we have 58 degrees currently in Cedar City. Now rounding out the nation, 44 degrees up in Seattle, 40 in Missoula, 44 over here in Billings and Glasgow, Montana. Right now in the Midwest, we're looking at 36 degrees here in Des Moines, 32 up in Minneapolis, like I said, and 55 down in Hays, Kansas. Currently right now on radar, we have a system over in by the Rocky Mountains moving across the country. We have tons of cloud cover starting to blink in the middle part of the country, and we have a little system up by Maine and in the very northeastern part of the United States. But the story to come is this system that we'll be working through coming up this weekend. Currently, right now, across the western part of the country, we do have some winter weather advisories, winter storm watches, and wind advisories. But on the eastern portion and middle portion of the country, we're pretty much watch and warning free. Now, Futurecast shows this low pressure system moving into the area, bringing in a chance for rain across the middle portion of the country. And if you're heading out tomorrow and head states of Indiana, Illinois, or Ohio, you may be running into some good chance of rain as we have this low pressure system and a cold front moving through the country. Now by Saturday, that system will be moved out of here, but still, the Ohio River Valley will still be blanketed with tons of rain as we have this system move through. So just be aware if you're heading east, if you're going home that way. Now, highs for tomorrow, 64 degrees in Kansas City, 40 up in Minneapolis, 40 in Billings, 71 down in Memphis, 59 in Atlanta, and 77 in Miami. Now, as anywhere north of I-80, you are actually about 10 degrees below normal for average. Our travel city tonight, of course, this is our last show before Thanksgiving break, so I thought, it'd be Plymouth, Massachusetts. They're looking at a 100% chance of rain tomorrow, 38 degrees, and we're looking at 30s to 50s for the rest of the week before cooling down on by Thanksgiving to 44 degrees.
Well, thank you, Matt. And I remember at the beginning of the week we saw chances of possibly, is it like kind of snow or like freezing rain moving east, or is that kind of a little changed up now?
Well, it actually looks a lot more just like plain good old rain.
Just rain?
Yeah.
So it's still going to make travels easier.
It'll still be a mess. You still probably want to leave like earlier than you normally would just to make sure you get there nice. If you're going like I said, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, you might want to leave earlier to get there safe and sound before anything major happens.
Well, at least rain is better than ice.
Yes.
And driving on ice is not as much fun. Yep. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. At what level in the atmosphere do clouds typically form? The equilibrium level, the lifting condensation level, the level of free convection, or the supersaturated level? We'll have your answer coming up next. Right now, we'll have a look at the weekend ahead with Sara.
Taking a look at the headlines tonight, we're looking at, like I mentioned before, tonight's going to be cloudy. Tomorrow we're looking at a chance of rain, and Saturday we're looking at a chance of snow moving forward. And I'll have more for you after the break. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Sara Foernssler, and taking a look at what the current conditions in Ames are today. It is 33 outside, so currently outside, so it's just above freezing. The winds are pretty consistent out of the east-southeast at 15 miles per hour, which is what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Taking a look at visibility, it's pretty consistent across the state, as you can see. It's 10 miles pretty much there, but that will stay also consistent. Slightly more fog up in the north here, but again, nothing out of the ordinary. The temperatures outside across the state, as I mentioned before, are pretty consistent. In the east here, we're seeing temperatures in the low 30s and a little bit warmer out in the west. Sioux City is the high in Iowa today at 42 degrees. But again, we're seeing those winter temperatures, as I mentioned before. The wind speeds are pretty consistent out of the east-southeast. Here in Ames, it is 15 miles per hour, a little bit heavier. Out here, we're starting to see the color change, which indicates that there's a higher wind speed. So in Spencer, we're seeing 16 miles per hour, and much less down in the southeast here, and 7 miles per hour in Burlington and in Davenport as well. Looking at our satellite radar, is pretty clear today. We obviously saw some cloud cover, a little more of a heavy cloud cover up in the north, and that's going to stay consistent throughout the day. Now tomorrow we are going to see that there's going to be a little bit of precipitation moving in. Early Friday morning we will start to see some heavier cloud cover, and that will stay consistent throughout the state. Early Friday morning when you'll be waking up, we are going to see some scattered showers down in the southeast and down in the southwest, but nothing in central Iowa quite yet. As we move on to around lunchtime, we are possibly seeing our first scattered shower here in Ames and down in the southeast, but again, nothing too heavy or major. And finally, Friday night is when we start to see this first storm system move in, which will stay throughout Saturday morning. However, it'll move out during Saturday and it'll finally clear up, having less cloud cover. Tonight we're looking at the similar temperature at 33 degrees, and winds are slightly less than they were today at 8 to 14 miles per hour out of the southeast. And tomorrow we are seeing slightly warmer temperatures at 50. However, we are seeing that possible scattered shower around lunchtime tomorrow. So again, that'll affect how it feels outside. Tomorrow, as I mentioned before, we are seeing warmer temperatures across the state as a whole. We're seeing more 50s down in the southwest, a little bit cooler up in the northeast at 42 degrees. But again, pretty uniform temperatures across the state and slightly warmer than it was today. Looking at the week ahead, we are seeing mostly clear skies. Tomorrow is the only chance of rain that we have throughout the week. It will be a lot more sunnier on Sunday and out into the weekend. But again, we're seeing mostly cloudy skies throughout the week and temperatures in the 50s, 40s, and then cooling off into the high 30s.
Thank you much, Sarah. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question once again. At what level in the atmosphere do clouds typically form? Is it A, the equilibrium level, B, the lifted condensation level, C, the level of free convection, or D, the supersaturated level? What are you guys thinking?
What are you thinking, Matt?
I'm thinking B.
Thinking B?
Yep.
Do you have prior knowledge of this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do? What class did you learn this in?
The class of the trivia question is about. And also the class I'm currently in right now. All the classes, meteorology classes I'm about right now.
Yeah.
Except for radar. So.
Yeah.
I will have to agree with you because looking through SKUTs, I do remember usually it's the LCL that's where clouds typically start at.
Yep. And
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
little C's above that.
Well, let's see our correct answer.
The answer is...
B.
We're correct.
It is the LCL. What do you know?
Well, guest class taught us well. Retain the knowledge.
Well, you guys learn more about it next semester. Well, I'll be in that
Next
class,
semester is coming up fast.
Yeah.
It is. This semester flew by. Moving on to the spring semester. Finally, can't wait.
Winter break.
Winter break. And then we have Thanksgiving break. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
3 weeks, and then we have Christmas break.
2 weeks in finals.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
even.
there we go.
It's hardly anything. It's hardly anything.
Study hard for finals. That's a good idea.
Good idea. Great idea.
Do you guys have any plans for Thanksgiving break, or just?
Gonna go home. Gonna probably eat food on Thursday, and then prior to that, I'm gonna sit down and stare at the wall.
Stare at the wall. None homework.
All right.
Nothing else.
Because you can make shapes on the walls with like shadows.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound that fun.
Okay.
That's definitely not what I'm doing. I'm going home, relaxing, and probably end up like doing tons of homework, but not killing myself over it. So.
I would agree. Same.
Like break is for relaxation, like staring at the wall.
There's certain teachers here that don't believe in that. So.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any more about that.
Well, that'll conclude tonight's show. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. We will see you, not next week, but the week after.